Now that will be like a reduction. I think that is their plea. The second thing, the formula they are proposing in the bill, the 1/600 instead of 1/500, it still makes that same person at the end of his period or his period of service to earn less than he would have earned if he had remained on the formula of 100.
This morning, to present our views as a national center about the pension bill 2024, which will affect mostly the public servants. And we believe this is an important bill for the workers. As a national center, one of our key cardinal roles is to ensure that we influence policy, and therefore we are here to ensure that the law which comes in place is pro-workers. Secondly, we want also to ensure that workers benefit. We come out of the situation where we have been, especially whereby pensioners have to spend years and years before they are paid, working to public service, and we believe this law will help us, since now the money will be available at all times. We also want to ensure that the governance structure is upright for the purpose of giving comfort to the owners of the money, and therefore as a national center with the mandate to coordinate, monitor, and ensure we formulate policy pro workers. We are very mindful and we have an interest, and therefore would like to call upon the committee to ensure that they look into our requests. Key roles, key issues, we want the pension not eroded, and that's why we are asking that the formula should be made simpler. The formula should be the one which promotes, not 1/600 they are proposing. The current one is 1/500. So in one way or the other, they are reducing the benefits of the workers who at the end of the day will suffer. We want to thank the committee for giving us this opportunity to interact with them, and we have high hopes that they are going to consider what we have put in place. The unions, you see, this bill has come now for the second time. The first time it came, it had a lot of faults in it, therefore it was sent back to the ministry. Now it has come back. For us as a national center, we conducted our own consultation, and we invited public service, we invited the Ministry of Labor, and we invited other stakeholders, and we came out with a position. So the position we are giving here, we have had wide consultations, but earlier the ministry had consulted, but when they brought back the new law, the new bill, we were not consulted. But nevertheless, most of the issues were incorporated, and what we have presented today are issues we believe have still been omitted, even when they went back to do some editing.
Every time we have gotten involved in negotiation for salary increment, government has always argued that we have pensions, which is a backlog. We cannot be able to pay pensions, then at the same time, we are increasing salaries. Now that this is going to stop, our argument is that since we have taken so long without salary enhancement, enhance the salaries in line with the agreement that was signed. And this agreement was signed with the negotiations involving all ministries, Attorney General, the two centers, and the public service unions. So we are dealing with a situation where the rights of the workers, even under circumstances where an agreement has been signed, are clearly not being respected. And we think that this parliament being really having a role of oversight, even in circumstances such as this is an agreement which is enforceable. You could help us.
A collective bargaining agreement detailing how salary enhancement was going to be handled. Government started on salary enhancement and stopped midway. So all we are asking now is complete the process, and that will be it. As we speak now, workers in the public universities are threatening to go on strike over that process. But we are asking them to wait because we are talking. So all we are asking is complete the process of salary enhancement. Thank you.
As the government has been implementing salary enhancement, which has been in the phased manner, and we continue doing that. But what we realize here is that with the coming in force of this bill or this law, we shall be required to make a contribution. As public officers, all members will now make a contribution. And it just goes that if we have somebody who is earning a salary of 180, and then you are saying you are contributing 5%, and government is adding you 10%, it really doesn't make serious sense. And that is why we are saying that before even we think about this, and which is provided in the bill, that we should have salary enhanced by at least that percentage, such that when you deduct the 5%, or when we contribute the 5%, I will not feel it. Otherwise, 5% of 108 might be something that will cause me a problem, and that is why we are supporting that.
Thank you. You can imagine the pain it will cause to that person who will be part of it. I'm getting 180, I have to contribute 30, and I'm remaining with 150. And I had 180 operating painfully, now you even cut.
And I can tell you, when we were looking at the budget framework paper, we paid a lot of attention to the issue of salary enhancement. Even as we discussed this, right from yesterday, what everyone is emphasizing is having this new approach, but also the component of salary enhancement is key. So we are with
the process of establishing a new institution or body to run a public service pension scheme, because the one that has been running has defects, and the government chases a related taker. They brought the bill in Parliament for amendment or for creating a body that can run the pension scheme. This is very important, and we clearly found that it is very necessary. But under that, there are some also sections or clauses in the bill that are not will not perform to the expectations of the interest of the workers. So we found that some clauses need to be amended in the committee, like that one of workers. The number of the workers should increase. The clauses on who runs the fund, because it should be supervised by UBRA, Uganda Retirement Benefit. It should be under UBRA, otherwise it can't remain again in government full time. It should be a sector that should be running it like other pension schemes. So those are very important issues, and if we don't do that, then we are wasting time. We must have those ones because they are important in managing a pension scheme. Then also there was the savings also of the person in case of any problem. But it is clear that pension is for pension. You can't attach, you can't lend, you can't do anything on pension. So pension should be protected. If someone has different cases, those are his cases, but someone should benefit out of his pension without being attached, either by tax, either by loans, or by anything else.
So it is prudent that the number of workers is increased. And this has been tested in other funds, especially National Social Security Fund, where the numbers of workers are significantly more, that the owners of money I am more conscious about how their members feel like. The sister has asked.
When we insist on 4, we have tested it in the other board, which has been here for quite some time. There has been stability because we feel that we are adequately represented on that board as the owners of that money.